Are we live?
I think we might be.
Oh my God. Who let us on here?
We're talking to America.
Okay, well, let me hold on. Will people log in? People are just, the email just went out a second ago. Okay, I'm getting my bearings. Now, I'm really glad everyone's shown up for the Free Press QVC channel, in which we're selling Free Press hats. We've got blues, we've got tans, we've got TGIF socks. I'll just be doing that every 3 to 4 minutes, just rolling those.
How much do they cost?
No one has any idea. I don't know. How much does a banana cost, Will? $3?
$7?
$12?
I don't know. Other people handle that for me. I don't know about you.
So welcome to TGIF. I am Nellie Bowles. This is Will Rahn. We are doing a live stream, a sort of Twitch stream, if you will. We are much too old to be doing this. It's a young man's game, and we're both of middle age. Will, I'm looking at my notes. Will got a haircut for this specific event. He's hiding it under his hat, but he is dapper underneath. Now, what TGIF does is a roundup of the news in a somewhat comedic style. It's functional, it's a little funny, and we've been doing it for 5 years. And so for people who are just hearing about the Free Press for the first time, you should check it out. It kind of gets stale really fast, so you shouldn't read like too many in the back, but read a couple here and there. Anyways, let's get to the news. I want to start with a kind of inspirational video for both of us, which is California gubernatorial hopeful Katie Porter, who absolutely thrashed a nice and totally respectful local CBS News reporter, Julie Watts. So let's watch that video first.
I don't want to keep doing this. I'm going to call it. Okay. Thank you.
You're not going to do the interview with us?
Nope, not like this. I'm not. Not with 7 follow-ups to every single question you ask.
Every other candidate has answered our follow-ups.
I don't care. I want to have a pleasant, positive conversation in which you ask me about every issue on this list. And if every question you're going to make up a follow-up question, then we're never going to get there.
Ms.
And
Porter,
we're just going to circle around.
I am an investigative
I have never
reporter.
had to do this before, ever.
I love it. I just love it so much. Amazingly, she seems to have done less prep, and by she I mean Katie Porter, seems to have done less prep for that interview than we did for this. And she is the front runner. She is the likely next governor of California. We don't know how this is going to affect her polls, but it was a wonderful clip, and that reporter did a terrific job.
I think everyone played their parts great. Why were they sitting? Their knees were so close. They were so tight with each other, and I felt like you could feel the physical tension. You could feel the rage. You could feel them like it was. Now, Katie Porter then, her staff leaked another video of her sort of freaking out and berating a staff member. She then issued a formal apology, Katie Porter, and then it turned out that the formal apology about berating her staff had been plagiarized from her earlier former apology about berating her staff. It was like a copy paste. So yeah, that's a woman who's got a temper. And you know what? I gotta say, I know it's wrong, but TGIF stands with Katie Porter.
No, not the reporter in this instance, because I think the reporter is the real star here.
Oh wow, Julie Watts.
Yeah, no, she does a terrific job, and you just see it's like the look on her face when Katie Porter is just trying to get away, and that reporter looks at her and it's like, no, you're not, you're not getting away from this. It's a fantastic clip. It's a fantastic moment. The other clip of her berating her staffer. What I love about that is the staffer is literally stepping in to correct her on something, and she just starts screaming at the staffer. But the staffer also, much like the reporter, unflappable and continues correcting her boss.
It's, I think, appropriate, and I want to see Katie Porter start to throw some punches.
You know what? She seems to bring out the best in everyone around her.
She raises the heat a little bit. It's like new Gavin on Twitter. It's like Katie Porter brings a little anger to the scene.
She's Gavin's Twitter feed brought to life, because that Gavin Twitter feed, that isn't the real Gavin. We know that. No. He's slick, he's smooth, he's an operator. He would never be in that position. He would never be storming off set.
Real Gavin just wants to hang out and have some cocktails, and real Gavin's not angry. Okay.
He just wants to curl up.
Let's get to the next news item of the day, which is ceasefire. We have maybe world peace right now. Randomly, Jared Kushner read 25 books and it seemed to have worked for him. The ceasefire accounts are all weirdly quiet, though. So, what's going on is the question. Where are the celebrations? Where are the ceasefire now people when we have a ceasefire right now? And
I think, yeah, sure. Yeah, I think protesting this war gave people a lot of meaning that, it's going to take now, assuming this peace deal holds, and we all hope it does, and this terrible war is finally over. A lot of people are going to be out there, and it's like, well, but that was my thing. That was my entire social life. This was my whole world was protesting it. There's a film that we talk a lot about in the office, a classic Jeremy Piven, David Spade joint from 1994, I believe, called PCU, which is you have a balding Jeremy Piven is a senior in college, and David Spade is the head of the college Republicans. And then there's all the hippie protesters. And one guy's like, "Free Mandela." And the guy next to him is like, "They already did that, man." And, it's like, I feel for that guy in that moment and the look on his face. It's like, well, then what am I doing here?
My sense is the ceasefire was always a little bit of a pretend slogan. And actually, the kind of peaceniks here don't want peace. They want actually a very big war. They want a very big war against Israel. And I'm like, just say it if that's what you want. Don't pretend you're a peacenik for ceasefires if what you want is war.
I mean, you want river to the sea, that's
as a follower of my war queen Hillary Clinton, we always want war. So just sell me on a new one.
And we would just take up the pro-war stance naturally.
Just whatever. Where are we going to war next?
Venezuela, maybe?
No. There's no peep. Have you heard anything from the flotilla folks? Now that let's be serious. If you believe that this was a genocide, which I think a lot of people genuinely do believe, then wouldn't you be thrilled when the moment of the genocide is over? Or do you just think it's a war, actually, and you just kind of want the war to keep going because you don't like that one side won? That's what's so confusing to me as I'm looking at the news and trying to process this. Shouldn't there be a celebration on college campuses that a genocide, in your view, was ended? But no, for some reason, and that's odd to me.
I think there's probably, certainly not speaking for all of the people. This doesn't include all of the people who were protesting the war, but a sliver on the very very openly pro-Hamas wing. I think they do believe that Israel's enemies are ultimately more powerful than Israel. And, they want that lengthy decolonization struggle, as they framed it and everything. I mean, from river to the sea would mean no more Israel. And I've never understood it's not rational. I mean, Israel has nuclear weapons. What are they going to say? It's like, you're right. No more Israel. What are we going to do here? So I've never really understood that disconnect fully, but I do think there is one among certain segments of the people who, for some reason, are on the hard left, but are very pro-Hamas, which I don't think of as a left-wing organization. I would say, actually, that they're rather reactionary in some of their social views. I would argue, I would propose that they have some views on social issues that are really out of step with the American mainstream.
Will, what could you possibly be referring to?
Well, the stuff with the houses, with the roofs and everything, and throwing people off that's not nice. That's not a good thing to do.
They love that. That's
they seem a little,
intersectionality.
They just seem a little right wing on certain issues. So I
just want one ceasefire now account to celebrate the ceasefire now. I just want one. I don't need the whole movement to be happy or whatever. I know that they have other goals of expelling the Jews to wander through Europe again, but I just want one ceasefire now account to be happy, and then I'll be content. But it so far I haven't found one. All I do is mainline Twitter. Okay, let's get to the other big news of the week, which is the new Trump coin. Let's pull that up.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah, let's really study that. So the new Trump coin.
Mm-hmm.
This was leaked, and some people thought this was a joke. I originally thought it was a joke, and then the Brandon Beach, the U.S. Treasurer, said it is not a joke. Indeed, this is on the table as a new $1 coin. What do we make of this? I mean,
if there's one thing Americans love, it's a stupid new coin. Remember the Sacagawea coins? Those were sort of neat. But
you seem like you'd be a coin collector, honestly.
I have that vibe. I got it from my dad, who actually was for a while. One time we go.
That really makes sense. Wow.
We spent like an entire day trying to open up this safe in his basement, and it's like, this is where all my old coins are, and we do, and it was like Al Capone's vault. We finally get it open, and we're both standing there like Geraldo Rivera. There's nothing in there. That's a vintage joke, folks. You might be too young for it, but those for the 40 and older crowd. Remember when Geraldo Rivera did that thing with Al Capone's vault? Anyway, this coin, I don't buy it.
Well, you come off as a 60-year-old man. No one knows how old you are, and it's because you seem it's how
I'm the Taylor Lorenz.
Never heard of any of these movies. Okay, wait. Let's put that coin back up. One more second with our coin.
Yeah, well, I don't. There's no way Trump allows the coin with the waddle.
Well, that's what I want to study. I respect that he has drafted a coin that really shows his neck waddle as a strong feature in both profile and run from the front. You really see it. This will not, once he sees this, we see it. Once he sees this is getting thrown out. I think he doesn't care. I think he's proud. I personally would have photoshopped that out, but I'm a weaker person. I would have kept it trim. I mean, photoshopped. This is the number of filters right now on the screen, even just to perceive me. My actual face is just a totally different person. That's a face transplant.
I will bet you one shiny Trump coin that the waddle goes away. If we actually get this coin, the waddle is going to go away. And the second one,
now, money is on that coin is going to have that waddle. That is that coin, and we're going to have it in hand just like that.
And the other side of it, he looks like Donald Trump wearing a Donald Trump mask.
Okay, Free Presser Eli in the comments says, jowls for days. And Free Presser Adam says, the waddle of wisdom.
The waddle of wisdom. Is that
the waddle of wisdom? Is
that an in-house Adam who came up with that?
I think that's a viewer. I think that's a viewer. Once we get the technology, once the technology is developed, I want to be able to chat with viewers like a real Twitch streamer. Okay,
as you electrocute your dog in the background.
Well, yeah. Oh my God. I don't know if we're gonna get to that, but
disturbing video.
Nothing to joke about. Let's go to the economy. Oh wait, we got one from George. Offended. Everybody remembers Al Capone's empty vault.
See, I channel the viewer. I channel the American people in a way that many other journalists just aren't able to. Everybody's still talking about Al Capone's vault. But it wasn't Geraldo's fault.
You're on your journey. You and George in the comments can hang out and talk about Al Capone's fault.
George, find me.
Let's go to the economy.
Yeah, it's not good.
Now, I think it might be bad. The stock market is clearly good. I now just mainline the cost, the price of pesky. I'm gonna get it put into some digital form to have it like maybe in our living room or something. But so the stock market is good, but my sense is that the economy is actually not good. Now, why is it sort of a question? It's a question because we don't have much data, because the government shutdown has made it so there's a bunch of missing data from that. And then also the kind of Trump administration's bear hug of the Bureau of Labor Statistics is making it so we don't get much data from there either. You have the Wall Street Journal writing things like, the unofficial jobs numbers are in and it's rough out there. In a federal data blackout, Wall Street numbers and surveys are filling the void. Private equity company Carlyle Group, extrapolating from companies in which it owns stakes, said Tuesday that it thinks overall U.S. jobs growth slid in September from an already weak official reading in August. And obviously, as we wrote about a couple weeks ago, the Bureau of Labor Statistics has postponed their annual report on consumer expenditures. So we have no real idea of inflation. We don't really have an idea of the jobs numbers. Will, what's your read on the economy?
I mean, I can tell you my personal economy is doing terrible. I'm just like bleeding cash left and right over here. It is. I mean, there's the grocery prices, yes. And I mean, I need my locks, I need the fancy stuff. I need the good stuff, not only for me, but for my child.
The blueberry budget of toddlers. Will and I have kids about the same age, and the blueberry budget of toddlers is shocking.
No, it's the cost. We'll get to it later, but children are wonderful and extraordinarily expensive. And I mean, no, I think your view on this, I think the Carlyle Group's view is always correct. That something is amiss here, something isn't right. And is this a good time or place to ask for a raise, Nellie?
I'm not in charge. I'm retiring, Will.
No, who do I talk to about this? It's a real problem, I'm walking here. I can't wait for my free bus from Zoran Mamdani. Won't have to walk 5 miles to the office.
A few more socks, and then just sell a few more socks.
Please, for the love of God, people, buy those socks. My child needs wine. Come on. Come on. Just help us out a little bit.
How dire do you think the sort of economic data situation is going to get? Because the people that Trump has put in charge of the Bureau of Labor Statistics, I mean, it's like, listen, I'm willing to believe that the previous group was anti-Trump, but I don't know that like hard pro-Trumpers are more reliable in a Trump economy making assessments. And I kind of get the feeling that the next, how much longer is he president? 3.5 years?
Yeah.
It's going to be a little bit like a Ouija board. Like you're going to see the Wall Street Journal getting increasingly weird about like how they're getting their numbers. It's going to be like my cousin's wife says that.
Yeah. We heard a thing from a guy.
We heard a thing from a guy who thinks.
Yeah. My cousin wrote a letter from Seattle. He can't get work. But this is, isn't this the kind of thing that we can automate? Just coming up with these, can't an algorithm handle this at this point so we can just remove the political part of it? I don't know what an algorithm
the political part of it's the whole thing. I don't think an algorithm can make good enough fake labor numbers.
Right. That is
better numbers.
Right. That's going to be.
Someone,
I just want to view into JD Vance's head.
Some data scientist is getting like shaken by the throat right now in like a back room. Okay, we have Randy Garvin, a reader who writes, "We just entered the car market. I cannot believe that the only cars we can really afford are at least 6 years old and pushing 100,000 miles." So that's pretty good data for me. We can make some assessments off that. Reader Tom Arnett says, "Will, you do a great job channeling Philip Seymour Hoffman."
Thank you.
Stop encouraging him. Stop encouraging Will.
Can we have a moment of silence for Phil Cy Hoffman? God, I miss him. We never met. That would have been a moment. Just the two of us, like getting a photo together. It's just we're a certain type of guy. We were the same type of guy, and he was our alpha. He was our great champion. Like people will get mad at me. They'll say it's like I saw you on the street kicking a dog or something, and I'll be like, that wasn't me. For the love of God, that was I just have one of those faces and one of those voices, and I'm constantly getting in trouble for what other Philip Seymour Hoffman lookalikes do. It's unfair to me. Don't laugh.
It is a certain type of guy. It's true.
Yeah,
I see a million of you wandering around.
I know. And like we all have like the same jobs and everything. We're all like stuck in middle management. We're all complaining. We're all complaining about how little money we have. I'm gonna get on the bus one day and it's just gonna be like 7 different versions of me on this free bus. And we're all gonna be looking at our Casio watches as we're like, I'm late to work again.
Okay, let's go to the Palisades fire. Let's go.
What a segue. Let's go to that.
Because here's my theory of why.
Yeah.
Because you look like you started the Palisades fire. I gotta be honest. You look like the guy who would. And I think you gotta look like the guy who did, just to be clear. We don't have an image of him because it's alleged. He's a suspect. We don't know that he did it. But Will, you have that vibe. You give off arsonist.
That's nonsense. No, I have the vibe of the like tough, no nonsense cop who finds the arsonist. You know,
we'll leave it to viewers. Our TGIF readers can vote on that. Now, let's get to the Palisades item, which is that the Palisades fire appears the Palisades fire appears to have been started by an arsonist. Now, you guys probably remember this fire that ripped through LA. It killed 12 people. It destroyed almost 10,000 homes, 7,000 homes. It was a devastating fire, obviously the most economically devastating fire in history because it destroyed all these like really fancy houses. And so it's a huge thing for insurance companies. It's just a mess. It's a real mess. In the moment, the basic narrative that you would see in the mainstream press was like, this is a climate change issue. Climate change means we're going to have more fires, more drastic weather, yada, yada. Now, fundamentally, I believe climate change is an issue and it's making things warmer for sure. Like San Francisco doesn't have as much fog anymore. It's amazing. Whole neighborhoods are sunny. It's phenomenal. And so I believe in climate change. But it turns out in this situation, it might have just been human error. So you had a guy who was just arrested for being up around there, and it sure seems like starting this fire. He was found to have a bunch of ChatGPT images that he had created. His one prompt for them I'll read is, in the middle, hundreds of thousands of people in poverty are trying to get past a gigantic gate with a big dollar sign on it. On the other side of the gate and the entire wall is a conglomerate of the richest people. They are chilling, watching the world burn down and watching the people struggle. They're laughing, enjoying themselves and dancing. So he puts these prompts in, kind of these like leftist fantasies of how cruel rich people would be watching something burn. And he decides to burn one of the wealthiest neighborhoods in Los Angeles, the Palisades. And he goes and lights this fire. The other human error is, of course, they had an empty reservoir at the same time. So I think it was like due for repairs and was empty for a year and all of this.
Yeah.
So here we are. It looks like it wasn't climate change. It looks like it was people who caused the Palisades fire. What do we do? What do we make of this?
What a gift to every politician in California, by the way. Like we were just talking about Katie Porter. She's looking to replace Gavin Newsom, who can just say, whenever he's asked about when he runs in 28 for president, somebody asks him about the fire. He's like, well, you know, some guy. What are you going to do? You can't stop some guy with a lighter. It's like, not my fault.
How easy is it to start fires? Because it sounds like he really did just start it with a lighter and then it sort of smoldered and it kind of, but like,
it's a little
like it's too easy.
It's a little emasculating. Like I tried to, like, you ever try to build a fire in an actual fireplace? Like, you know, you put the logs down and everything, you stuff the newspaper under it. It's the only reason people buy newspapers, and you go and you light it, and then you're expecting a fire, and it takes you like an hour to get this thing started. Meanwhile, this guy, like randomly in the middle of the night, can just burn Los Angeles to the ground with a Zippo. Like, I mean, I hope my wife isn't watching this, you know? Like, he just like, you know, it's a terrible thing to do. I want to be on the record here. If this man did what he is accused of, this man is a real, excuse me here, but he is a real jerk. All right. Real obnoxious thing to do to burn down a major American city. I'm against it. I'm willing to go out there and say I'm against doing that stuff.
Wow, you're taking stands like that. Well, we do unbiased news here, so I don't know about you taking such a strong stand.
I'm making sense.
Political topic.
I'm saying that this guy is a jerk. If he did this, he's an alleged jerk right now. But if he did this, if he is convicted, of being a jerk. Okay,
but guys, also, ChatGPT being used as incriminating evidence. My ChatGPTs, it's like my Googles, but so much worse. Like how? So much worse. So much more personal. Like images of every rash, questions of like if the police ever looked into it, I mean, I'm sure I could be incriminated for a lot of crimes based on my ChatGPTs. I think that the level of intimacy we have with these, I don't know, do you use it? I bet viewers are using this stuff.
I'm looking at mine right now, my recent my recent searches, which include Lady Mary's suitor list. I was catching up on Downton Abbey, and I needed a list of Lady Mary's suitors. Amazon Prime day date. Did Maura Tierney and Joe Rogan have a feud?
These are your chat. Oh, mine are like every single thing I get in, like with financials, like are the free press monthly budget, the free press spendings. I just uploaded in anything I should look at here, anything I should note here. I mean, it's literally, it just has all information. I hope the privacy policies are good because it has the entire free press business, like just copy pasted and uploaded into ChatGPT. I shouldn't admit that someone's going to hack my ChatGPT now. I'm literally setting myself up to get hacked. But
I'm going to go in and ask for a raise, and then Sam Altman is going to pop up and say, absolutely not. Yeah, no.
Sam Altman's going to be like, after having studied the financials, I do therefore believe that.
Yeah. Did you see that video of him, by the way? Like he's not the video for Sona or whatever it is, the launch video for the new Sona.
Oh yeah, it's freaky.
Yeah, but he has people playing polo on the moon. Why? But he's not one of them. He's choosing to just being a person who's observing polo players on the moon. I don't understand. If you're going to create this fantasy world, don't you want to be a participant?
I haven't watched all of the Sona videos.
I've been thinking a lot about it.
Fascinated that you are watching all the Sona videos.
Yeah, no, I mean they're pretty dark. A lot of them it gets kind of scary, you know. But
I know.
Yeah, it's going to get rid of Hollywood, they say. But
no, Will, I need you to know that our readers are in the comments just roasting you. So apparently, someone wrote in, a reader named Gannick. Commented on your, how easy is it to start a fire? Is it just a lighter? And he wrote, way to challenge those elitist city media stereotypes, guys. So
yeah, no, I won't be
agree.
challenging any.
And I encourage everyone to keep roasting Will. Actually, email him to continue roasting him. It's will@thefp.com. And just any takes on that, his sort of general look.
Just this is unnecessary and it's bullying, and you know. Thank God I'm used to it at this point, is all I can say. Just, yeah, roast me, folks. I'm just a shell, a husk of a man over here. And yeah, it's like, I'm just trying to earn enough money to get a bottle of milk. And
we also have a reader comment who said, I thought this was just going to be Nellie counting her money in limitless $100 bills with Barry exhausted and working in the background.
Next week, folks. Tune in.
Bear is always exhausted and working in the background, and I am usually just on speakerphone with Will.
Counting your money as I...
Guys, Bear works so hard. It's so sad. She's so earnest. I now learn about Bear's days through reading news alerts, online news alerts. I'm not going to give them the dignity of saying the names of them, but that's how I learn about what my wife is up to day to day. And it's so sweet. She's just trying to give rousing speeches. Let's get to the fucking news like that. I mean, I love that. We
all love it.
But yeah, that is Bear. She is working to a bone, and I am hanging out with Will on a live stream.
Right. So yeah, the takeaway from this is that Barry is great, and that send me harassing emails. Go and dox me. For being a media elite, for being a cash poor media elite.
We haven't even discussed your elite credentials, but we'll get to that next week. Now, next up, speaking of people who work way too hard, let's go to the Germans.
Yeah.
Let's go to the Germans. So, wow, there's so much writing this week. A government panel in Germany has proposed raising the country's retirement age to 73. To prevent the collapse of the pension system. So 73. I mean, Germans are already your hardest working Europeans, I would say, by at least reputation. Making them work till 73 seems pretty brutal. Like, how chaotic must Germany be that you need to keep everyone working full time until 73? It just feels really sad. And obviously, Europe, the whole story is they're not reproducing. They're doing suicide for whatever reason, the whole continent. And the only solution that they've come up with, and probably the only solution, is just to keep sort of importing young people in to keep the economies humming and to keep things moving. But already, I was looking it up, already 20% of Germans are first generation migrants and 30% have recent migrant backgrounds. So Yeah, it's just crazy. You're gonna have a big group of old ethnic Germans just working very hard for a long time and then
And
I guess
then,
dying off.
oh man, God, that was very dark.
That got really dark. I don't know.
Yeah.
How do we make that funny?
How do
It's
we
so much funnier
backpedal?
in writing than
I know,
in
right?
speaking.
Yeah. No, well,
What
you called this item "You'll never retire," and I am going to retire because I've got a plan. And I don't mean a 401k because I don't get that here, but I, we have an editor down in DC. I'm not going to say his name, but you know who I'm talking about, the English guy, our deputy editor.
I'm
You
familiar
know,
with them.
it's Ollie Wiseman. I'm talking about him. And so he comes up here from time to time and he'll roll in around noon and everything. It's like, oh, cheerio, do that thing. And then he'll go and he'll have like a whiskey or two, just kind of like in the middle of the day. And I don't know. We just allow this because
Ollie never.
yeah, probably not in front of you, but I thought it was just tolerated because it's like he has some kind of like Chris Hitchens vibe or something like that. It's like, oh, that's that Fleet Street magic, getting drunk before 1 p.m. Anyway, so what I'm going to do next time he's up here is I'm going to buy him a nail gun. All right. And I'm just going to give it to him as like a gift. And I know what he's going to do. He's just going to start firing it off in the office. And I'm going to stay in his line of sight. One of those things is going to hit me. I hire one of those lawyers. You see their ads on the subway. I'm going to get a workers' comp lawyer, and then I'm set. Then I'm the one going through the $100 bills while Barry works in the background. All right. That's my retirement plan right there. I've got it all laid out. I got it figured out in my head. I mean, it sounds right? You get shot with a nail, that's worth like $2 million.
Okay. But guys, working until you're 73. Now, okay. Full disclosure, the elephant in the room, Will Rahn, Peggy Noonan, is obviously never going to retire. She's never allowed to retire. We need to bring her to the free press, in fact. So let me not say that we shouldn't have people working until 110. But in general, the idea of making people work until they're 73, like full real, it just seems like mean. I don't know. Am I crazy? Like
When you said elephant in the room, were you calling me fat? Was that?
No, I'm just trying at all times to make it clear that you are the son of Peggy Noonan and that she is my inspiration. She really means everything to me.
Yeah,
and
that's
I just
great.
need to. I think every live stream we should bring it up.
Okay, all right, yeah, absolutely.
At least
no way diminishes me and my accomplishments. No, please just go ahead, and that's more reason for people to roast me in the comments and just talk about the diminishing returns of the Noonan family.
We do have a commenter who said, we love you, Nellie, and her friend Zach Galifianakis in a hat. How do you say that name? Zach
Galifianakis.
Galifianakis.
Yeah. These are all good-looking guys. I don't mind this. This is all right. You think Zach Galifianakis, that guy dates supermodels, presumably.
Well, they're the cream of the crop of your type of man.
Right, exactly. Well, I think I am too. It's like, that's sort of the level. It's
me. Like when I think that I'm Natalie Portman, but she is the hot
Do you
version.
get that a lot? Do you get that a lot?
No, never. I've never gotten that.
Yeah. No,
I've never, not once.
Yeah. I mean, I see it.
I should.
Boss, I see it. I just want to say, boss, I 100% see the Natalie Portman thing.
I need to be clear to viewers. I am not Will's boss. I have no employees. I write a humor column. I waltz in and I waltz out.
Yeah. No, just totally without influence or power. We don't fear you, Nellie.
Yeah, we're just fun. We're just
what a ridiculous notion. Yeah. And I'm looking forward to the day where you allow me to make eye contact with you in person. This is we've known each other for like 4 years now, and this is like the most intimate we've ever been. This live stream in adjacent rooms. I don't know why you insisted. It said that the producers were like, we'd like you in the same room, and Nellie said absolutely not. And why are there fucking blue Skittles in this bowl?
To be clear, Will and I are real friends, guys. He likes me. We hang out. We have dinner.
Oh yeah, no, we're absolutely friends. I worship you. You know that. I worship.
No, guys, I feel like we're not giving a real representation of TGIF to our new readers. I feel like this is actually deranged and not an appropriate news roundup. So I want to apologize for that right off the bat.
Very sorry.
This is not what you should expect from TGIF, the text product. We are slap happy. We have had a very long week. TGIF, the text product, has so much news in it. It has so much useful stuff. It tells you everything you need to know for the cocktail parties, and it gives you a little joke, a little one to steal for that cocktail party.
It's the best newsletter in the country. Everybody reads it. Everybody important in media reads it. Everybody important in politics reads it. You're feared, Nellie. It's a feared newsletter.
That's right. Fear of me is really like becoming a theme of today, and I'm loving that. I love it.
No, it's do we exist in a state of terror?
I do sort of feel like Bear's new job, it's almost like it's like a political appointment or something. Like I'm like a politician's wife now or something. And I need to like get my hair done in the mornings or something, or somehow present differently. Like, you know how they get those bobs? They all have like they all look really put together.
They look really put together,
like
but
Usha looks like she keeps it tight.
You know, you meet the politician's wife, and you know she's very charming and everything, but she's not there. You know, just like life has left her at some point. You know,
it's prescription pills that go with it.
Right. It's like, oh, I'm going to marry this guy who's going to be a senator. That'll work out for me. And then it's like the rest of your life just eating the worst chicken imaginable, talking to some like boorish drunk who's given your husband $1 million and therefore feels entitled to just say the worst things in the world to you for 45 minutes.
Okay. Our producer is actually cueing that this is a good segue to one of our items, which was going to be our closer. But let's go to the Daily Mail story. I need to use this opportunity for Joey. Can we? Yes, guys. I need you to know that we have now reached a new point, which is the Daily Mail is running amazing stories about merit. Like it's like we're like Jennifer Aniston trying to have a baby or something. So the Daily Mail ran a story that said that I think that Bear has sold out and I'm against her taking the job. There was a line in there. Oh yeah. Nellie's upset because she feels Barry has gone too establishment by going to CBS. I'm going to say it. I love this narrative. I mean, it also includes crazy things like that. I'm going to be upset because I live in LA and I don't want to move to New York, but we already have lived in New York for a year. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
The point is, I absolutely love the narrative of like me as the radical wife who's like really mad that Bear's gone establishment and that I'm like bullying her for being like mainstream, and like the idea she like comes home and I'm like, hey, libtard legacy media lady, like, and that's all. I just endorse it. This narrative of me. And
I mean,
versus the reality, which is that I'm just totally, I am the sellout, that she's the ideologue, and that I'm like, we're running a business here. But that's way worse. That's a worse reality.
I haven't read this story. I'm going to be honest. I did leak it, so I don't feel like I needed to read it. But I mean, I've always seen you as an anti-establishment champion. You know, you come from humble folks in the San Francisco Bay Area. Really, just where humility, the central point of humility in the world, the San Francisco Bay Area. And
everyone knows the humility of a San Francisco Pacific brat.
Like I talk to you sometimes, and you're raging against the machine, and I go, whoa, Nellie, it's like you gotta cool your jets a little bit, because big business is our friend. The establishment is our friend. We're trying to get in there. You know what that guy, the alleged arson guy, the alleged lighter guy, that GPT of his fantasy of like, it's like all the rich people and everything. See, like me personally, I would like to be with the rich people laughing and having the martinis and everything.
No, I'm lighting the fire.
Not you. Yeah, you're out there. No, you're leading the Red Guard.
I love it. I think I'm going to get more into this persona. I think it's going to be the revolution led by me. It'll be good. I'll rabble rouse the CBS interns.
Yeah, boss, there's nobody better to lead this revolution than you. That's what I tell you all the time. I mean, you're the voice of the people. You're the voice of the proletariat.
So sick. You're a sicko. To be clear to viewers, that is not true. I am not the voice of any people. And we are both purebred brats here, guys. We are purebred brats. Now, before we go, I want to do one thing just about children. So can we go to the item of 53% of Americans believe that fewer people choosing? Joey, sorry. just more Daily Mail. Okay, well, whatever. It doesn't matter. Joey's
no, we can just talk about it. There we go. Okay, we're going to see the David Mamet cartoon.
Oh, yeah. Wait, let's look at the David Mamet this week.
Yeah, by the way, it's like, okay, folks, only newsletter in the country with a David Mamet cartoon.
He is so phenomenal. I love him.
You know, that kid is going places, I think. I've got some of his work, and I'm like, put a few more years into this writing thing. It'll work out for you. It'll pay dividends in the end.
We got to know him in LA, and I, as a culturally illiterate person, hadn't seen his movies. And then after getting to know him, we started watching his movies. We started going to his, we just saw his play in New York. It was amazing. And we're like, this guy's amazing. And I'm like, David,
who knew?
You're phenomenal. And he's like, yeah, how did you not understand? Of course, my parents are like, you saw David Mamet? And I'm like, yes, we had dinner with him. Anyways, now he's our cartoonist.
Speaking of Philip Seymour Hoffman, one of the great performances of his career, State and Maine. You've seen State and Maine, right?
Yeah, it's amazing.
Great David Mamet movie. Yeah, ever see The Spanish Prisoner?
No.
Also awesome. You got to see The Spanish Prisoner.
But no, he reached out. He wanted to get involved with the Free Press and was and thinks it's cool. I mean, he's just incredible.
And like David Mamet, you too have a chance to get involved with the Free Press by ordering a sock or a hat. Or I think there are canvas bags. You too can be part of this.
No, but at our events, we do sell his prints. We do sometimes sell his prints at our events. Okay, let's go to the kids item.
Yeah.
We really can just ramble forever. This is so bad. This live stream, really crazy, unhinged, not right. Certainly not funny.
Thank you. God, I'm glad my job is safe for another weekend.
You're sick. You're a sicko. Okay, speaking of the end times.
This is great. This is just this is getting like a review, like a yearly review from your boss, and just saying it's like not great, not funny. Like, okay, all right, I'll do better, please. But the economy is terrible. I'm not gonna get another job. Help me. Please, one more chance. Anyway,
Will, all I want is for you to take over TGIF. Literally, I beg you constantly. It's all I want. I can't do it anymore, Will. I don't have it in me. It hurts to read the news so much.
I know, but you do it. You do it perfectly, and you're the master. You're the Johnny Carson.
Okay.
I am at best like Jay Leno's stupid cousin.
Okay, guys. Speaking of the end times, only 53% of Americans believe that fewer people choosing to have children would be a, quote, negative impact, according to new data from Pew. So among Democrats, the numbers are even lower. Only 44% of Democrats are concerned. These numbers are going up a little bit. This is slightly more people worried than it was a few years ago, but they're still really low. And I loved this take from the writer Jonathan Palisades, which is, we are going to dwindle away into nothing. The life and joy you see around you will fade away, and our world will become an empty husk. We will look over deserted streets and see phantoms of the happy children that used to play there, and only 53% say it's negative. It just kills me.
It's very good, yeah. I mean, there are upsides to this. There are upsides to fewer children.
But what are people doing with, other than having children? What else is more interesting than having children?
Well, we're parents, so that's how we think. But for the non-parenting, I don't know exactly what you refer to that group as, but the childless, I guess you would say, the people of non-parentage. I think what they do. I mean, I remember a life before I had a child, and what I did with a lot of my time is I wasted it. and it was phenomenal. But it'd be like Saturday morning, I'd wake up at like 10 a.m. and everything. And by wake up, I mean, I'm not getting out of bed, just like order a bagel, hide under the sheets, watch Netflix. There's something to that. Sure, that life doesn't, it's all like ephemeral dopamine and everything. It's not going to bring you any sort of lasting joy. It's not as fun as watching your kid crawl around, but it's not as scary as watching your kid crawl around either.
That's true. Okay, audience suggestions of what to do instead. We have doom scrolling. We have DMT. Is that a drug?
Yeah, DMT is the one that you smoke out of a light bulb. So I've heard. I don't know anything about drugs.
Oh, okay. Doom scrolling and DMT are our two
those are the consensus pick. The two worst things that you can do for yourself. DMT is that's the one where you like see your death, or like you're smoking the chemical that creates. I heard this from a guy one time who was high as hell. So I don't know. I was like at a Fish concert, and I'm not a Fish listener, but I have friends who are Fish listeners, people of Fish. And I used to get dragged to these things, and you learn about stuff. Like people would hand you a light bulb and be like, "Do you want to smoke this?" And I'm like, "No, it's a light bulb." And then they would tell you, it's like, "No, it's really cool. You see your death, you see your afterlife." And I'm like, "I don't want to see that."
Is this what people are doing? Like I have friends who are Fish people. Is this what they're doing when they say they're going to Fish concerts?
I assume so. I assume they are all smoking the chemical that your brain releases when you die. Yeah. That's every single person who's ever been to a Fish concert has smoked the light bulb.
Guys, I'm looking at our other items. I feel like this was a really dark week. We've got FBI investigating senators.
This was such a nicer week. I thought it's like
they were tapping. They were looking at their phone records.
Yeah, they're spying on Dan Sullivan, Alaska Senator Dan Sullivan. I was like, some of these names, I was just like, what? Why him?
I do feel like the FBI got kind of
little over their skis.
A little over their skis.
Well, it's funny because you remember, like, right up until 2016, like hating the FBI was like a far left position.
I know.
And then some like libertarians, but there are like a dozen libertarians. So
how did the left make such inroads with the FBI?
It's and the CIA too. Like, remember when the previous DNC chief got up and it's like all of our people in the CIA. Yeah, I said that before on the Democratic debates. It's the same thing that happened to the Jesuits actually in the Catholic Church. I think it's like they start off as like the Pope's spies and like the most badass priests who are like sneaking into countries where they're like going to get killed the second they're spotted, and now they're like the nice liberal ones. Now they're like the laid back. It's like, go to confession, don't, whatever. Any Jesuits who are listening, I say that out of love, by the way. We love the Jesuits. We love the Dominicans. We love all the orders of priests.
I'm looking at the comments that are that our producers dropped in that readers have been writing in. We have the big beautiful waddle. I think the economy might be bad. So Noelle Burton wrote the big beautiful waddle. Andy writes, I think the economy might be bad. Feels like the hidden 13th track on Life of a Showgirl. We've got Ruben writing the Carmela Soprano. Does that mean anything to you?
Yes. That's Tony Soprano's wife on The Sopranos. It was a television show.
Right.
On HBO.
So I'm the Carmela.
You're the Carmela. Oh, no, Carmela Soprano. No, the Carmela is the mom. Wait, which one is Carmela Soprano? I should know.
Now this is gonna be in your craw. And then we've got Adam Frankel writing that Unhinged is a good name for the live stream. And guys, I know I've apologized a few times, but wow, this is a first live stream TGIF, and it was a weird one. We're gonna get it tighter. We're gonna get it better. And it's just been an honor to be here with all of you. Everyone, get your Free Press merch. We're still a real company. We're around. We're having fun. And to new people coming to the Free Press for the first time, we're just so excited. And I promise the written article that Will and I both write is so very much better than this rambles.
No, I would say this is on par with the ones that I write. I'd say this is basically what you could expect from anything with my byline on it, particularly the first draft.
Well, before Susie gets to it.
Before Susie gets to it. When I write 700 words and then I'm locked out of the document for the rest of the day.
Susie always puts in the best jokes, and literally every week I get a text with like one line from TG and some friend being like, "This was so funny," and every single time it's like the one joke she added to like 800 words of my writing, and then it's one Susie line, and it pops out like it like sparkles. Her writing sparkles. I have to kill her.
Every week she deserves a byline, and we'll never give her one.
Never.
Absolutely not. But read her culture column on Saturday.
Read her, but not one of ours. No. Will, you don't start sharing it with Susie. Don't set a precedent. We can't have her thinking she gets credit for anything she does around here.
No. I mean, as an editor, I really exist to rob other people of credit for their work and their achievements.
Okay, well, I'm going to let people go and
all right,
and end our pretending of being in separate rooms, and so we can reconvene, and I can steal one of your cigarettes. Guys, thank you so much for joining on this live stream, and we will probably never do one again.
All right. It's been real, guys.
Bye.